Andrew Santino, Bobby Lee, and Yanni Papa all came to the conclusion that comedy podcasts should have never turned political on a recent episode of Bad Friends.
It makes me happy to know that this show is still as stupid as it's always been from the beginning, because I see a lot of our podcast pals or people in our sphere that are taking these shows to a level that we don't go to.
Which is what?
Well, they're all having like politicians on.
Journalists.
Tim got fucking interviewed by like CNN.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the fuck is going on?
Yeah, we stay here.
My thought of the reason why they did it is because they were feeling influential. Uncle Ben says, with great power comes great responsibility. And these podcasting comedians, they don't know shit about politics. They don't know the details, right? They only know the bro politics of it. The bro-y, bro science. It's all based on vibes, and it's not really based on actual proof. Because if you knew Trump, like all these things, all these court cases, all these things that he got charged with, and he said that he's grabbing women by the you-know-what, but that didn't persuade you to not vote for this guy and also not think that he's a terrible, disgusting person, right? Like, did you not see that?
We stay right here.
Yeah.
And I saw that they had Bernie on Schulz's show.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
He's not coming here.
Bernie?
Yeah, we had David Mamet.
Look, American Redact, you might have forgotten that Bobby Lee, maybe not on Bad Friends, but he got RFK. He invited RFK. I think maybe Bobby's sort of like not putting his 2 cents in there because he knows that in the back of his mind, he's like, wait, I did put somebody that was trying to run for president, right? Because RFK was trying to run for president, and he had him on the podcast with Cheryl, you know, his wife from Curb Your Enthusiasm, right?
So when did you decide to run?
About, I don't know what it was about. We decided together, by the way, because, but I had the idea first.
Yeah.
It was a funny interview, but it was still weird at times. I think Bobby realized that bringing RFK on was a bad idea. And
so, you know, I had Robert Kennedy Jr. on, and I wrote one joke, and I wasn't able to tell the joke because I got scared.
Tell the joke.
Well, you know, because his wife was on it too. So I do the setup. I go, hey, do you guys fart on each other?
Go on.
And right when I said that, I realized I couldn't do the joke.
Why not?
Because their campaign manager went, no. If they'd said, we fart on each other, then I go, does your fart sound different like your voice?
he skipped an invitation from RFK because he wanted him to be in one of these campaigns, right? Or comedies for these politicians or something. I don't know what it was really, but he didn't show up. And it's funny for them to talk about it because I remember that he had an RFK in it. So Bobby is not completely innocent on that part.
Yeah, but that's rad.
We got people that they can't get.
Yeah.
No, it's not that they can't get him.
Well, they can get him.
Yeah.
But we got him too.
I just don't think we want politicians on the show.
No.
It's getting a little muddled, right? It's getting a little. What's going on?
I just think podcasting, comedy podcasting is entering this world of like news or something.
Yeah.
And people are taking it serious. And it's not.
Well, there was an article after the election about how legacy media doesn't have the, power it once had, and that podcasting is now, replacing some of that,
That's not good.
Yeah.
We shouldn't replace it. This should be its own thing.
Yeah.
This is its own form of music.
They then go on to make
that is true, because what Bobby says is like, hey, we're bunch of idiots. We shouldn't have you guys influence an entire election for, and this guy or these people to, make you guys vote for them and then ultimately be the ones to pivot or sort of guide them on a winning path because all you just based your feelings on the presidency were vibes at the time, that because you didn't like certain things that the Democrats did, right, or the Republicans did.
Fantastic point when they say that they simply don't know enough to have politicians onto their podcasts, which is very refreshing to hear these comedians admit to, since the guys that do have politicians on seem to think they're the second comings of Pythagoras or Aristotle.
We also, I mean, you probably know more than me, probably, but I don't know much.
In the world?
Yeah.
I only know what I read this morning.
Yeah, so me too. So my point is that we don't know enough to have these people on. We are goofy.
Yeah.
It's a comedy podcast.
Imagine Bernie Sanders coming. He's like, it's great to be here. And Bobby's like, what does your penis look like?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say.
That would be funny, though. That would be fire. I love Bernie. And Bernie's the realest guy out there. Out of all these politicians, Bernie actually wants to do good. And we'll call them out. But, like, Bernie has always been pushed away from being in that position of power because they don't want to give the people what they give their taxes to. Like, they give their taxes to the government and they do it use it for something else. Bernie, on the other hand, wants to give power to the people, unlike all these other politicians, especially Trump, who is a businessman, right? Businessmen don't really ever want to do the best things for the people. They're usually always trying to screw people over for a gain, and also for them to enrich themselves and still keep the poor, right? Because if you give these people more power, how are they going to buy a third or fifth or sixth or seventh yacht or a boat or a mansion or your 10th or 15th or 20th house, right? But no, you want the bad guy.
Say that. Why your fucking mind? Why would I say that?
What would you say? I'm Bernie Sanders.
I go to your political. I don't know, but my point. I wouldn't say that about your dick.
You get to penis
Yeah,
somehow.
Is your asshole gray?
See?
Okay, that'd be one of them. Yeah, you're right.
Is it though?
It brings big numbers, right? That's probably why people do, because everyone's like talking. It didn't used to be this way. It didn't used to be everyone was into politics. Now
Yeah.
even kids are into politics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was like 12, I would just be like, smell my fingers.
Very refreshing to hear a
Wait,
comedian.
did he say, smell my fingers? All of them? Okay, Yanni. You got the old this technique, or what's up with that? What the hell? That was a Freudian slip there.
In the orbit of Joe Rogan confess that they're just comedians and not knowledgeable enough to have the types of guys on their podcasts like Andrew Schulz, Joe Rogan, or even worse, Theo Vaughn.